Seriously. My name's Rebecca Campbell, and I'm the creator of Squeaks and Cheeks. I took well over 15,000 photos for this small series. Squeaks and Cheeks is a children's stop-motion animation mini-series, and it follows two pigs around on their adventures, and they get into trouble and have fun and learn life lessons along the way. So I actually started with the set design in my living room, and that got tired fast. So I got someone on board to help me, and we started the set design together, and he actually took a lot of that workload from me too.
I'm just making some croquet mallets for the set. Okay, my name is Mark Vettis. I'm a local Edmonton artist, and I've been working on the Squeaks and Cheeks set, helping out with art direction and set design and animating, also with just problem solving, this and that, whatever Rebecca needs. Right now I'm cutting pancakes, carving pancakes out of styrofoam to assemble for the outside of the pancake parlor. We tried not to use any pre-made props or as little as possible, and to create our own props from scratch and from the materials that we had at hand, just to give it a really interesting look. Now the pancakes are complete, and we can set them up for display on the roof of the pancake parlor. So the disco floor was really a challenging shot because we wanted it to light up as the characters were dancing on the floor. So we had brainstormed a bunch of different options for that, and the option that we went with, because it fit the look of the scene, was to have colored squares moving all around the dance floor. So that turned out to be quite an operation, and it was challenging, to say the least.
What are you up to, Mark?
I was working on the amusement park, Funsville.
Ooh, pigs in an amusement park, hey?
Yeah. I like making things that are a little bit psychedelic and interesting that way. So for me, this was a good set to work on as well, just to make it look a little bit crazy for the kids.
One of the perks of having a husband who's in the film industry is that I get to learn a lot. So he came in and he helped me mainly with the lighting. So anytime I needed him, night or day, I would call him, you know, even at 2 a.m. and he came. Not always happily, but he came to help.
Basically what we've done is we purchased a whole bunch of really cheap desk lamps from a hardware store, and we've covered them in black wrap so we can help shape the light. The idea is to create pools of light for all the different little elements and characters. I'm hoping for a more surgical, more precise lighting scheme. It's difficult because everything we're doing gets chroma keyed, whether it's green or blue or red, and it's tricky because all of the different things in here are so colorful. We've got to be careful what our color schemes are, otherwise it'll cancel out our attempts at chroma keying.
For the character creation, I was able to find a local sculptor who's very artistic, and he did a great job of giving me a variety of different animal characters. Some are made out of resin and some are made out of plasticine.
I'm Andrew McCaffrey. I'm the character sculptor for Squeaks and Cheeks. So essentially what happens is the characters are sculpted in a oil-based plastiline. I then make a mold out of silicone and then cast them in a resin, which is then posable, paintable, and reusable. One of the benefits of the characters being cast in a resin was that we were able to make multiples of them, of course. That gave us the ability to not only have more than one, but also modify them, cut off their legs and arms, and pose them to sit and dance in the second and third episode. I use a series of stainless steel dental picks. A friend of mine gifted them to me a few years ago, and I've since used them as my tools of the trade in the creation of all of the projects. Making very detailed work requires very small, very fine, and a multiple variety of picks, which do things like creating little sockets for the tiny eyeballs, making the little tiny paws and fingers. My skills have taken me quite a long way in the last few years. Traditionally, I made figurines of dark alternative industrial and metal musicians. I've given figurines from everybody from Trent Reznor to Randy Blythe to Glenn Danzig to Nivek Ogre of Skinny Puppy, Bill Lieb of Frontline Assembly, Tommy Victor of Prong, a long list of people whom I've kept in touch with over the years who, funny enough, have actually served as a lot of the inspiration for these characters. A lot of those musicians have been on my record player during the creation of these characters, which to me is kind of neat that an aggressive inspiration can create a much more child-friendly output, let's just say.
Well, Mark and Andrew helped me in the production process. Maya LaValle was the one who helped me with the post-production, and she had a huge task at hand, animating the CGI mouths syllable by syllable. That's hard.
Hey guys, what are you up to?
I had some great friends step up and help me with the voicing of the characters for this project, and I think they might have missed their calling in life because they were awesome.
Goody goody gumdrops! I can't wait to clown around at Funsville.
Dean Davey took on the voice of Squeaks, and Tommy Robinson took on the majority of the other characters.
They're beautiful!
I myself did Cheeks, and my husband did a couple of characters as well. And we even had some British voiceovers sent from Alexander Clark from TELUS in Vancouver.
Oh dear me!
Although animating is a lot of fun, it can be very draining after being in here 12 hours a day, day after day. And you're going to get tired, you're going to get frustrated, and you're going to go a little crazy sometimes. And you know what? Sometimes you're going to cry. I have to get the characters to pick up garbage and to do cartwheels and somersaults.
The only time that matters is how much time you have filmed at the end of the day.
Animating the stop motion is a very involved task. You have to do it shot by shot, so be prepared for 1 hour to turn into 12 hours to turn into 2 weeks. I clearly wasn't thinking when I wrote this script because I have to get them to clean up all this garbage. I hate cleaning in normal life. Why should I make my characters clean? It's that much harder. I would rather clean my whole house than make them clean right now. This is really hard. One of the trickiest things while animating is that you have to be so careful not to bump the camera, the lights, or the set in any way, shape, or form because you could be restarting your work from scratch, hours of work. So I just want to say, I never bumped the set.
I never bumped the set.
I bumped the set. It was me.
This is the entire set is actually based on one of Rebecca's childhood memories when she was at the fair in Devon, and she never won any prizes. And we're hoping through this set maybe she'll feel like she finally won something. Here's to you, Rebecca.
None of that is true. I never had any experience in this before I started. I taught myself, I taught my team. My recommendation is to use online resources or people you know in the film industry.
My biggest piece of inspiration to any children wanting to get into something like stop motion animation or fine art sculpture is to essentially just disallow any inhibitions to enter your mind. If you can see it in your imagination, just keep on making it until it makes itself, and every project is going to evolve into a new one.